tell me what to do.
Wow. What is that thing? What is that called?
What's up, guys? Welcome. Oh fuck!
Yeah,
you take it.
See? Okay, guys, welcome to the Mike Chokes on a Carrot podcast.
Shit, dude.
You are here, podcast episode 10. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. What's up? First things first. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, YouTube. You can find the video on there, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podbean, wherever you want, guys. You can find it anywhere. I found the podcast on like some random person I met. I gave him a business card. We got professional.
Hey.
Made it myself, designed myself. I gave this guy one. And he's like,
Don't
I
brag,
listen on Castbox or something. I'm like, I don't know if it's on there, right? I went on it. It's on there. So I'm like, yo, it's on there. So you can probably find it anywhere.
Wow.
So yeah, cool. We're good. So one thing I want to get into right away is, Dave, I'm fucking done with this podcast. I'm fucking done with your bullshit and all this shit you've been doing to me, dude.
What the
I brought you here today because I'm fucking done. I don't want to do it. I come here every fucking week and I'm fucking through, dude. You just give me all this shit all the time. Every time I come in here, you just fucking yell at me, giving some bullshit. All right? And I'm fucking done. And I realized, bro.
Listen, bro.
That it's April Fool's, bro. And I love you.
Hey, I love you too, man.
This is dating
good.
the podcast.
That was good.
And it's probably not going to be April.
I was about
First,
to say,
so-
yeah, this podcast is going to be a little day. I was about to say, fucking walk, bro. Because I carry this bitch on my back. I got shoulder problems from carrying
Because you're
you.
fucking old. Because you're old as
I'm
hell,
young
dude.
and spry, man. I still got my body, my youth.
Bro, if you pull that hair back,
Yo.
it's a waste of shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Fuck
be a
my-
waste.
fuck
Give
my
it a year,
Pluto
bro.
speak,
You're gonna
bro.
be. It's gonna be a wasteland.
A wasteland?
I'm being disrespectful today, dude. I'm slurping.
I
I'm
know,
fucking eating
man.
a carrot, dude. I don't care, bro.
Why?
I
Why
don't
are you
know.
so nasty
I just
today?
thought like, fuck it.
You were so sweet and kind to me when we got here.
The last podcast, dude, it was like I was an angel.
Yeah, you were. Dude, every time there's a guest here, you're like, do you guys like how did you meet? I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
No way, dude.
That's not
Well,
Mike.
fuck. Well, dude, how are you? How are you doing?
Dude, I'll tell you how I am. I am full of life today.
Damn.
Because I've been really like meditating on some things that I've been concerned about. Things that like I fear. I posted on my Instagram page just like another one of those questions where people can answer if they feel like it, and it was just about fears. It was like what are you afraid of? And it's a powerful thing to like sit and like read everyone's fear if they're willing to share their fears, and then to have like a conversation about that. So I was like exploring those, and then it kind of made me think. First of all, to like dive into their fears is like weird. It's like a beautiful thing, but like it's like uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I empathize. Like I can see
Yeah.
why you fear that thing, and then I think about putting myself in your shoes, and I'm like, fuck. Being afraid of shit is not fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not
Hell no.
a fun thing to do. And so, all right, I guess we'll just go into it if we're going into it now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I wanted to be light at first.
Oh wow.
But we'll
you
go.
told me you're gonna bring me down.
I did. I'm just trying to be as real as possible, and like I'm sorry for whoever's listening.
There's nothing better than that though. We'll
Yeah.
pick it up.
Okay,
I got you.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to be totally honest, because I think if you're listening to this podcast to like get a break from this kind of talk, like fast forward or watch another episode. And I'm sorry, but I just thought about my fears. And one of my major fears was, and I shared that with somebody who had a similar fear, was like my body actually, like the idea of my body kind of starting to like decay, right? Like eventually it's gonna get old. I'll lose like mobility. I won't be able to run. I won't be able to do the things I love to do. That goes hand in hand with acting.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand with anything that I find like my bliss is. I need my body to do that, you know, to do those things. And so like I was starting to think about that, man. Like that ropes in the idea of, well, this thing that I'm enjoying right now, I really enjoy being able to use this thing and like do what I want to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna leave at one point, right? I'm not gonna have it no more in the same capacity I do now. So that's scary to me. It's scary to think that, like, first of all, that is finite. That I take it for granted every day.
Yep, everyone does.
I abuse it sometimes when I get hammered. You know, if I like, I don't know. I do take care of it. I do work out and I do try to eat well and all that. But it's easy to take advantage of it. And so I was thinking about that as a fear, and then it translated into life in general. You know, this thing. You know, I have this huge milestone coming up in my life where I'm getting married. And
congratulations.
Thanks,
first of all, bro.
Thank you, man.
Everyone would say the same.
Thank you. You're gonna be
awesome.
there. You're gonna be
there.
there.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited, man.
I'm excited too, man. But it also marks a point in my life that's like a chapter's kind of closing.
Yeah.
So, you know,
but a new one's beginning.
Yes, absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely. But and you're right. You're 100% right. But I think like it went along with my fear of like life goes on, right? But you can't be young forever. You can't do the things you're doing now forever.
Yep.
The people that you love, it went into that. That was another fear. I journaled about this shit like crazy today. So I'll ask you a question. This is where I'm going to start. So what are your thoughts on death?
On death?
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about it?
I think I'm not afraid of death.
Okay.
I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of like me being afraid that I'm gonna die, because I think for me, I'm very like, because anyone could, like I was very close to death in like a car accident. You know, like I could have not been here right now, right?
Right.
Like I never thought about that even after the car accident. When I was like alone in my room, I was like, I didn't think like, oh, I almost died.
Right.
You know? And I didn't get scared or anything. I wasn't scared of that. I was more like, when it happened too, I wasn't afraid for my life. I was afraid for, oh, fuck, my car.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, how am I going to go to work? How am I going to do all this stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when I got home and like, I remember like my parents and like my family opening up to me and like crying that I was almost not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I was like, I can't be doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to always have in the back of my mind that like this life isn't forever, and there's always like there could be a stop at any turn, right? And you got to be aware of that, and you got to be more cautious so you don't get to that point, right? I think death, I wanted to bring up what you were saying before, is like I think to every, like you were talking about a lot of negative like feelings that you have, and you get into this, we all get into this zone of like putting ourselves down, getting put down by other people, stuff like that. And then like when we get home and we're alone or something, we don't want to do anything, and we get into this mindset, right? I've been finding that like there's balance in everything, right?
Right.
So there's black and white, you know, the opposite, it's always going to be there, right? Every negative is going to have a positive.
Right.
So when I'm down now and like I urge like myself to be like, in everything that happens, whether it's good or bad, there's gonna be another side to it.
Right.
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 And after like I went to like a funeral for my my aunts or my uncles, like someone in the family, basically, very close. I didn't know them as much, but like that happens a lot where like you go to like a wake or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't really know these people, but like you can feel it in the air and all the people there.
Yeah.
That like this means something much deeper to someone else than myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just like a surreal feeling that like I feel like we got to carry it with ourselves like at all times.
Yeah.
You know? It kind of makes me understand more about that death isn't something that we should be fearing, or at least for myself, that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's been helping me when I'm like feeling negative or stuff, to like I was telling you before, like zoom out on everything and be like, what's really like matters, what's really going on, and how I should really be feeling.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That I hear you 100%. And I think, you know, in life, usually, I think that's how I move through life. Is like
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for things because I know they're not forever, and so I'm able to experience a moment and really truly take it in and enjoy it for what it is.
Mhm.
But it was so weird to just like it kind of just bounced off of a fear that another person had that passed through me with a similar fear of like my body and losing that, and then it turned into like just looking at life for what it is actually a scary thing too.
Yeah.
For, you know, sometimes it depends. It depends on how you interpret it. But I just I found myself today kind of slip into this thing where I got very angry and uncomfortable with the thought of losing everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird to think about. So I got another quote. I'll be bouncing around probably a lot this podcast, but I was trying to find some peace in this thing that I wrestle with. And first of all, I'll say this: a friend texted me today, and I was honest with him. And he sent me a message, just kind of trying to wake me up to the idea of like how I usually live. You know, I'll be the first one to say like, enjoy the moment for what it is, man. This is a beautiful life we have, you know?
Yeah.
But I kind of shared it with him, and he talked to me about it a little bit, and he goes, I'm feeling this weight too. This one life that I have, one chance to gather as much meaning and beauty and love. So imagine that, like, this life, I guess, is in a way, if you do get one, you should try to fill it with as much beauty and love as you could get, right? When I'm feeling like I'm in a pit, how can I possibly remember how beautiful and sweet those moments are? So those are those times when you're like, you know, I've got so much, but I don't feel that.
Yeah.
You know, I think every human being goes through this an experience of like, you can be full of a room full of people that love you and have a bountiful, you know, things. You have everything that you need at your disposal. You've been given so much and not feel that. And I don't really know what that is, but that happens sometimes. And he says, when I'm feeling like I'm in a pit, how can I possibly remember how beautiful those sweet moments are? I haven't figured it out yet, but I think my grandparents in the sunset of their lives have. I could see it. I think about all the beauty in this life, the moments I've had and could have, and I curse myself and thank myself simultaneously. When we were out together, so he's talking about when me and him were out together a few weeks ago. We were out the other night, and you looked at me from across the way and shouted above the music, "We have one life." And I'd said that to him. So in that moment, man, I felt every second of it. He goes, "I've been thinking about that ever since." I said, I feel that. Most days I really feel that. Like this music is being played, and I'm dancing, man, and I love it. And I love this. I love having a relationship with people, and you know, it's worth it to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Usually, it's very, 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 very worth it. That's worth it. That's quality. But I don't know, man. I'm just weak today, I guess. I just got scared, and then I got really weak-minded, fragile. But I was thinking about this, man. Sorry, I'm talking so much about this shit.
No, keep talking.
I feel if you want to interject,
keep talking, dude.
Okay. I get self-conscious. The thing is this. I think a lot of people feel this way, and we keep it to ourselves. And then the good day comes, and we feel a little bit better. And then we don't have to talk about it. So if you are going through what I'm going through right now, this pocket of time where you're really scared and like you're looking at a thing that frightens you, and if it's, you know, life ending or you know, aging, looking at something you love and saying like, man, this isn't forever, is it? And that's why I love it. I think that's something that's pretty profound. The things that we love, why do we love them so much? Why is love hurt? Why does anything that I love truly, why do I love it? It's because it's not forever. It's something I'm choosing to spend time with, that I'm latching onto and saying, this matters. And however long I get it, I'm going to enjoy it, hopefully, for what it is. but I know deep down that this comes to an end.
Mm.
So I was thinking about that. So I had a quote about love here that I'll say. This was from Helen Keller, actually. So love is like a beautiful flower, which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. So you can imagine love as being like, first of all, something that you may never get. But just the fact that love exists is like, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to be around love is worth it. You know, it makes life for some reason better. You can't define it. You can't really. But you know it when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you feel it. So looking at love and saying like, it's not, I want this to be forever. Hopefully it is, but like, there's got to be a reason why it's a sad thing as well as a happy thing. The light and the darkness, right? You were bringing that up before.
Yeah, like I was saying, the balance.
Yeah,
you know? And going back to what your friend was saying about how when he was looking at his grandparents, that he saw that. Yeah, I saw that in my grandma too. Right. Because in every, like, she was very like weak when she wasn't like that weak, but when she was sick, like she was weak, you know. Mm-hmm. And I saw that even when she was in pain or when she was weak, and when she was in not the best place, like the worst times of her life, you know. Right. Like health-wise, at least, she still would smile and still, like, everything seemed like it was okay. Right. That's the one feeling I always had, like, everything's gonna be all right. Wow. Like, you're sick, but like you're gonna be fine. Yeah, yeah. And you keep going, and you're like, it keeps happening more often, and they're gone. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of the beauty and the balance where she could have been pissed that whole time and like, you know, like, screaming to like end her life or whatever, crying and you know, bring herself to a worse spot than she is. But she had like, her health was on the low, but like her mental was high, you know what I mean? Right. So she kind of balanced it that way in order to make probably herself feel better, but also make everyone else feel better too. Her whole family be like, I'm good, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like, it made me happy. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it brought love out of me that I didn't have before. Yeah. And especially after she's gone, it's like it brought even more love out of me. Wow. And changed me more. You know what I mean? Because I realized a relationship that I had with someone that like I didn't really like look at from a further perspective. You know, I only looked at it at face value, directly, like face to face. Just I never thought deeper into anything. You know, it's just such a simple relationship between someone. Yeah. But yeah, like.
Well, what you're saying right there is like it's easy to take a relationship for granted almost in a sense, you know, because it's just, this is all I know. And like, I think when you dive into it, this is the thing, man. How often do you stop and say like, you and I and everyone that's here right now, everyone listening right now to this podcast is alive, breathing at the same time. We just happen to be in the same place at the same time. For a select amount of time, you know, to stop and think about that is wild to me. We got lucky to just be here together in this moment. There's a million, billion, trillion people that came before us that are gone now, that had an impact and that had some kind of pull on where we ended up today. But we're here sharing this together right now, and we act as if we're totally oblivious to the fact that like this thing, we're in a culture where we're not supposed to think about that. I think we're told like, you know, work, I agree too. Bust your ass, man. It's about the dollar. Go get it. Build something. And it is, to an extent it is, but like, is that what we're built for? Are we built for that as human beings? Are we built to just grind our life away and then one day close our eyes and then it's over? I don't know, man. I feel like this life, for me, what I've experienced, finding acting and being able to like figure out really who I am, starting to, and I'm not even close, but I'm starting to touch on nerves like this one. Yeah. It's not about being on the highs all the time. It's not about being better than, and it's not about being happy constantly. It's just not. I don't think the human experience is supposed to be a fucking sunny day, all day, every day. You have the best things all the time. You brag about it because you're the shit. I think it's supposed to be a fucking beautiful, messy, fucking scary thing.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to struggle, but we're supposed to enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you mean. For sure. I think like another thing is like you were talking about with your friend is like those pits that people have.
Yes.
And how like life isn't always like positive. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Positive and negative. There's shit that happens, you know, and it brings us to those places. And there's also people that like everyone's different too. There's people that have anxiety and depression, like actual like problems that and they're all alone. And they can't get out of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, like you ask someone like, how does that person like, what do you tell them to help them?
Well, this is what I want to say about that. I think this is why I want to talk about it because I feel shame right now. An instinct I have when I bring this shit up, I instantly feel shame.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught that. I shouldn't feel that, I don't think. Right?
Yeah.
And there's people out there now who may be listening who are going through depression, really, truly, or anxiety. I've had people say to my face that they wish they weren't here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to ask yourself that question, like, is it worth it? You have to really figure out for yourself, is it?
Yeah.
You know, you're not weak. It's not a weak thing. It's a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find for you if it is. You know? And I think we all are supposed to be here for a reason. I believe that. I have faith in that.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to find that. I want to say, if you're a fucking human being right now listening to this podcast, and you are going through a hard time, like I am today, it's going to get better, obviously, and we know that. We know that. But you are not weak for feeling that way. You are not an oddball. You are not unlike others. We are all the same. We all go through this. And I want to make sure you know that I go through this too, that Mike goes through this too, and that these fears that I'm expressing to you, I feel shame right now talking about. And that's been learned. And I told you, I never talk to you about shit like this usually.
Mm-hmm.
You said it to me the last couple podcasts, like you don't bring this shit to work, you don't share shit with people like this. And it's because I feel ashamed.
Yeah. Me too.
But we shouldn't.
I know.
We really shouldn't. This is supposed to be a place where like it's like, if this is all there is, why the fuck would we ever not share something? Why would we make it harder for each other and separate and say like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I say this thing out loud, nobody might hear this shit, but maybe one person does and says, I feel the same. Maybe just you.
Yeah.
Then that's enough. And I feel better to say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I'm not going to keep that shit in anymore. I'm going to try to get better at this thing because we shouldn't feel ashamed of it.
That's what I've been like trying to go through too. Like I've been working really hard with like some of the shit like you're saying with the shame and everything. One thing I'm really shameful of is I'm just gonna say it now.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah.
Is like I don't like the way that I internalize certain feelings.
Yeah.
And like keep in certain things.
Yes.
Even though like in my mind I'm like I want to bring it all out. I want to reach out to everything.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like I want to bring my color into the world and other people's lives, right? But when it comes to the moment, I just like the opportunity or whatever, I just keep it in.
Yeah. We've been
and
taught
I don't
to
know
do
how.
that. We've been taught you're 22?
Yeah.
You've been taught for 22 years to do that.
Yeah.
It's very fucking hard to rework the circuitry now and say like.
And I've noticed that now it's like, it's so, it seems impossible.
But it's not.
And it's not.
It takes, listen, this is the other thing I wanted to say. You are brave just because you're alive, man.
Yeah.
Because
everyone
this life, yes, absolutely, everyone is. Just by being alive and getting to this point that you're at today, if you're listening, you are brave because this life is a taxing one. This isn't this is hard. This is hard. This is not easy, man. We all have it.
More problems you have don't make you.
No.
They don't make you weaker.
Nope.
If anything, they make you stronger.
No. And everyone has problems.
And everyone has it.
Everyone has like a gauntlet to go through in their life, you know, and it's wholly their own. It's unique, but we all experience that. So if you are here listening right now, you are brave and courageous, and you deserve to be here.
Yep.
You know.
And we're always here for anyone. Too.
Yeah, man.
You know
and that's the other thing
that we always try to do.
Say
like, reach out to people.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had like close people in my life that I don't really like. I'm not really in contact with anymore, that were in like really dark places, and I would try to help them, and I was a lot young. I was like 17, 18, you know what I mean? And I was trying to like figure out like why do you feel like this way? Like I'm trying my best, everyone else is trying their best to like put you in a positive mood or like help you, and I'm thinking, I'm like researching at night by myself, like what's going on? Like, how do I get past this stuff? And then like I finally realized, dude, there's some people in the world that have that anxiety and that and like these are people that, you know, through their upbringing or through just chemically in their body, biologically, that's just how they are. That's how their brain works. And they just put themselves down, and there's no workaround except for like medically, which isn't 100%. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it like quiets the noise, but it doesn't help.
Or like whatever people say, like it's like everyone is so different and has their own brain.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own like inner thoughts, everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only thing that you can do for that person, for that other brain, different from you, like you really can't do that much except for just be open, have open arms, and support.
Totally.
And I think that's one thing I want to live by, is like I want to be able to be open and support every person I meet. You know what I mean? Before anything. That's why like society and everything now is like people are so like, before someone meets someone, there's already like people, it's like prejudice and like judging people before anything. And I feel like that's so prevalent in like society now, man.
Totally.
And like with social media and everything, we're really like straying away from actually like that connection, you know what I mean? Like this. Yeah. Like this talk where we have, there was I forgot who said it. It was one of like the podcasters that we listened to that said the reason, like, it's kind of funny, the reason why people are having like making more podcasts and it's like getting on the rise, right? It's because people don't have these conversations. They don't have long conversations, man. Dude. They don't talk for an hour face to face.
Yes.
You know? Yes. They don't sit there, look at each other and talk.
Yep. That's why it's so attractive.
That's why
to listen to.
That's why people are like, oh wow, what was this? You know what I mean? And they sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I think when I'm sitting in my car, like driving, I'm listening to like all these like I listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like just listening to people I don't even know. Yeah. Right? And it's
compelling.
But this is all I want.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it feels good to hear someone, like it's a person.
Yeah.
There's no script. There's no like you're acting away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just straight up, that's the way the person is.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Well, there's something to be said, man, about the quality.
Get this out of the way.
Yeah, get hummus and carrots out of the way, dude. I'm sorry. I was eating that before. There's something to be said about the quality of the space in between two human beings, right? Yeah. Like this right here, this little space between us right now. There's so much power in this little fucking vacuum. Bro. You know what I mean?
Anything could happen.
Yeah, anything could happen, and we get to share with each other. You know, I think humans, like I said before, I don't think we're meant to just try to be happy around the clock and then clock out at the end of the day. Yep. I think we're meant to experience things with each other, and all kinds of things, like things like today when getting things off my chest is hard, but I'm glad I was able to do that.
Yep.
And I have another quote. This one's from Richard Dawkins, and when I gotta pull it up on my phone. And this one, when I read it, I was, not feeling too great.
Yeah.
And I was immediately, pretty enraged by it. But I think I'm gonna see it in a different light right now. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
One thing I wanted to bring up though is
Sorry about that.
It's crazy, like you said, this space in between us, right?
Yes.
I could do one thing that can piss you the fuck off,
Totally.
make you sad,
Mm-hmm.
or make you happy.
You have that power.
Now imagine you're in like the street of New York City and there's like 100 people around you. You could do that to 100 different people. And that goes back to everyone else.
Yeah. Yes.
Like we're all like, how do you think that's so stressful?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you could do anything to anyone.
Yeah.
And like times 100 million. Fuck, how many people are there in the world, bro? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Well, you have that power to affect that many people.
That's what I'm saying. It's I don't
Singularly.
know, dude. When you think about it, it's like that's so insane.
It's wild. That's wild.
It's weird.
Well, I mean, it says a lot. It says a lot about like intention. Like you can change things. You do have that kind of effect. You know,
Yeah,
you could punch me in the face right now.
Yeah.
That would fuck up my whole day. You know
Even
what I mean?
More.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I don't know how I deal with people after that. You're right. So, oh man, where is it?
Dude, come on, bro.
I can't find
you
it, bro.
fiddle on your phone on you.
Bro,
What the hell's going on, bro?
Just wait.
We
Because
were
I
having
had-
such a good time.
I'm still having a great time with you. Now might be a good time, actually. I'm going to put it away.
I'll play
for
the
now.
kalimba just for you.
What is it
This
called?
is a shout out from Sebastian right here. We're having a little kalimba.
Sea
A
bass.
kalimba.
Shout out a kalimba.
Shout out Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Maurice, right?
Maurice White.
I said white.
You said right.
I said white.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. It's such a soothing sound.
It really is, dude. Sometimes I sit in my room.
I like it.
You should press.
It's like a
press
lullaby.
it though, because you can feel the vibration.
Oh, wow.
Get you one of those, bro.
Get me one for my birthday, bro. Just get me one.
All right, cool.
Last quote I'll say. This one's from Helen Keller again. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence. And I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. So what I took from that scared the fuck out of me when I read it, because I don't know if I believe it or not. That woman lived in silence and darkness for a good portion of her life.
Yep.
Her whole life, but she found a way to communicate, and it kind of gave her an out finally where she can express that. But man, she found content there. Like there's a quality of existing even in nothingness.
Yep.
And so there's a little bit of peace there. Still scary. I don't want it to end and be nothing.
What does that say though? It's like the average person now has everything, dude.
Yeah.
Endless possibility. At least in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
Yeah.
How do you compare that to a life and the impact that she made, right?
Right.
To a person here that has so much more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of it shows you that it's just like it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It matters what the attention is.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Oh,
We got a phone ringing.
damn, yo. Wait, we'll cut it out.
Yeah.
God damn it, bro.
We can cut it out.
This sucks.
Oh. You got to bleep that, whatever that is.
Nah,
all
dude,
from-
we'll fucking shout them out because they suck.
You're fucking up the pod, guys.
All right, we're good.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah, I'll just cut it real quick.
Okay.
Little phone call intermission. God damn it, dude. I forgot phones even existed, bro. Isn't that great?
That's great.
I forgot phones existed.
That's great, bro. Hey.
So what's up?
So what's up, man? What's going on with you? Because I've just kind of like poured my fucking heart out.
Yeah. Should we maybe can bring it up a little?
Yeah.
Right?
Let's bring it back
No,
up.
but I enjoy when you talk about those kinds of things because no one wants to talk about it, bro.
I don't want to talk
and
about it.
I think it's important when it's coming from someone, especially like you know?
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Because I think you're a great example of a person that I look up to you because you,
Thanks, dude.
to me, you embody passion and like a will to like learn and grow, right? It's a very beautiful thing.
Thanks, man.
Right?
Thank you.
That's what I see. That's
Thank
how
you.
I feel, you know?
Mhm.
That's why when I feel like when I'm around you and do things with you, I'm like, I'm moving forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's a
Right.
powerful thing.
Right.
And I try to surround myself with people that are in that same thing,
Mhm.
you know? Because that's the direction I want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see it in you. That's why I think we link up so well.
Yeah. And I think hearing that, like, and I'm sure other people see that too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the only one that thinks you're great. You know what I mean?
Well, thanks.
It's a lot of people, dude.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
telling you. But when you see people that you look up to or respect a lot, even like your parents or whatever, if you respect them a lot,
Yeah.
and you see them in like a dark time, then it brings you to like, you know, like because I have those feelings too. You know what I mean? Everyone has them. You know, it's just you relate to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what makes us human.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it does.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone does go through it.
And I think that's what we gotta realize, man. It sucks, and it's not gonna really change that much.
That's the thing. Is like that's the one definite thing is that
It's not really gonna change.
we're
much.
gonna have those pits that we fall into and that we have to
Yeah.
climb out of. I think it's just an easier way to get out of it, actually. To and I got to get better at it. But
Yeah.
but sharing and like
Yeah.
asking for help. You know.
You know what I want to relate that into? I want to. How do you feel about? Do you know what cancel culture is?
Cancel culture?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard this.
So it's kind of like a term going around now. That's like
I'm out of the loop.
It's just like some buzzword shit. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But it's basically like they're like like XXX Tentacion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like people like that are like have like a terrible upbringing and like then they commit some sort of crime and like let's say in their past and they try to move past it
Yeah.
and they get like called out for it later.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And or maybe they just don't change and they don't really have, you know, a way to change.
Got you. They don't
You know what I
how.
mean?
Right.
And society once that crime or whatever is highlighted,
Mm-hmm.
then everyone kind of cancels them out for their successes that they have.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you feel? Because I found it interesting because I was reading up about how J. Cole was actually talking about it.
Okay.
So J. Cole was
Shout out J. Cole.
Shout out Cole.
Best ever.
Cole World.
Go.
I could have you on the podcast.
North
Imagine, dude. One
Favorite.
day.
Yeah.
Who knows, bro?
God, that'd be the dream.
Right? But yeah, he would shout to like in songs and stuff about like 6ix9ine, XXX,
Mm-hmm.
even like Kodak Black, and like a lot of people that like have had these like troubled upbringings and stuff, and he's for not like because once in society people kind of followed whatever one person says. They're like, oh yeah, fuck them, you know, fuck
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, what about the person?
Yeah.
What about what caused this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if that was you? What if that was someone you knew?
I know. Again, like, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've made mistakes before.
And people have done
definitely
much worse
fucked up.
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally. I think where I'm at with it is, you give example like if I think of Michael Jackson like right out the gate.
Yep. Yeah, dude. There's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And when I think of him immediately, I'm like, well, fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like now, where I'm at now, because I watched the documentary, got me so fucking angry. I was like screaming at the television and like, fuck him. There's like a conversation starting to be brought up about that I'm hearing more of. That's like, how do you separate the artist from the art?
Oh yeah.
How do you separate the person from what they express?
You know what I was doing? Like one day at work, I was playing PYT, Pretty Young Thing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
And I was like, oh, should I not play this? I was like, oh no, like what if someone's like, what
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
is
no,
going on?
yeah.
I thought about it. I'm
hear
like,
you.
dude, it's kind of weird, man. I don't know how I feel about it, man.
It's dude. We're only human, and it's very easy to say.
Yeah.
I said it just now. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know, when you really dig into like what a human being does, I don't condone his fucking behavior for a second, man.
Me either.
That to me is the worst thing you could do.
And think about how many people there are that are like letting it happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? No one's stopping it.
I know. Well, man, it's a conversation about humanity. It's like, can we just exile a person who may have went through some terrible trauma. It's like a cycle, dude, I believe.
Yeah.
Like this thing happened to another person who was probably the father or the mother who did that to their, or it happened because of their father. And it's like a cyclical disease that just keeps fucking coming back and coming back and coming back. I'm talking about this one thing.
Yeah.
If I sit long enough in a room with somebody who's done some shitty things, I'll find some common ground somewhere.
Yeah. For sure.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
everyone will.
It's very easy to be on the outside of it and say, like, I've never spoken to this person. I don't know what they've gone through and what they've done. I know that what they did, that's out there now. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
But like you take XXX, for example, like
Yeah.
he had a lot of domestic abuse issues with his ladies, right? Or his one lady. And that's another thing. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want, if I meet somebody like that right out the gate, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't have no patience for it.
I can't.
But then you take his music, you take the man, and you say, is it worth hearing what he had to say in his music? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't have it. I know immediately with Michael Jackson and like a couple others,
dude.
I can't do it.
I stopped listening.
But I guarantee if we were stuck in a room with that person and we had to talk to them for 5 hours, I'm sure there'd be some kind of empathetic gestures that would happen to open up, like, oh, that's a guy who's been through some shit and did some really awful shit that I don't like, but he's a human being too.
Yeah, dude.
It's very odd, man. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Like, imagine having like those conversations they were talking about earlier with like people like that.
Yeah.
You might get an even more like profound
Totally
answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough, dude.
You got to try and do your best with this one life you get, dude. And I hope shit that I've done in my past is not great. Never is like, I'm never canceled out by society because of that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I heard you sent me this thing. I want to really lift it up right now.
Oh, there we go.
You sent me this link this week while I was at the gym, the old gymnasium, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh, here we go.
I think the caption was, "Dude, holy shit," and then the link. So I want to get into this right now.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
All right.
I want you to pull it up.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull it up right here. Watch it real time.
Yeah. So they can watch.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll put it up. I'll sync it up and everything.
Okay.
But basically, there's some other podcasters, and it's a comedian. His name's Theo Vaughn. If you're like comedy, you probably know him. He's up and coming now, dude. Like crazy. And dude, I love him, dude. He's just this he's just this Louisiana, just like he's like a nobody, dude. He just comes from, I forgot the place. It was like Charleston, Louisiana. Like it's just from nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
And this guy is so interesting.
Yeah.
His whole experiences. I know like dude, I listen to all his podcasts.
Yeah.
I watch all his stand up, all his everything, dude.
Right.
He's such an interesting person, but he has a podcast called This Past Weekend. It's got like 500,000. It's not even a lot of followers, dude. There's a lot of people that follow and listen to him.
Yeah.
And he has just like these real conversations. Like, similar to this.
Yeah.
It's just like he has like a hotline of random people like call him and like ask him like random questions and like talk about their darkness in life and stuff like that.
Wow,
and he does it all alone. Sometimes he brings in his like helpers and stuff, but sometimes he's just in there alone, just talking, like trying to figure out himself out.
Just having a full conversation.
You know what I mean? He's trying to find himself.
Yeah.
He talks about his problems. Like really deep, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets really sad, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel it, and I'm like, damn, like this is insane.
That's an open human being, bro.
Yeah.
Respect to Theo. Shout out Theo.
Yeah, dude. But this is a bit more lighthearted, but he's doing. You know how there's March Madness?
Yes.
So he invited another comedian, Brian Callen, for the first episode.
Yep. Shout
And
out,
Brian Callen, another solid fighter and a kid. Joe, we're gonna shout out everyone now.
Shout out, homies.
Joe Rogan podcast, fighter and the kid, all that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We love it, man. It's so awesome. But basically, he brought on another comedian, Joe Coy. For basically, he calls it State Wars March Madness.
This is so funny.
Dude, it's the funniest concept ever. Because everyone's doing it, right? They all do March Madness, whatever. Everyone's going in.
Yeah.
He's like, just imagine. He's like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do it between the states and the wars. And who would win in a war?
Win in a full-out war.
And, like, he has a whole bracket and everything. He goes through each single one, and they all, like, they get fan videos from other people.
Right.
And guess who they picked when it came to New Jersey,
crazy.
dude?
Play the clip.
Dude, yeah, let's get into this.
Oh, man, this is wild.
Harrison. It's okay. And thank you for raising such a nice boy.
You know what he would call you? Bubba.
I got roasted, bro.
Call you Bubba.
Roasted hard,
Wait,
dude.
I
Look
gotta
at me. Hey, Bubba.
A roast warning.
So
I
it's
like that actually, man.
Theo?
I want to fucking
Right
spend
there?
some
Theo and
time
Joe
with that
Coy.
guy.
Joe Coy,
All
come
right,
on.
let's get this white guy.
Peach cobbler.
We're into another battle here. Where are we at, Nick?
We're staying in the East, New Jersey.
Oh, here we
versus
go,
Rhode
dude.
Island
Wow.
To face the winner faces West Virginia.
And we have a video sent in here from someone. Onward. Man, that was a close one. That West.
All right, wait. Who do you think would win, New Jersey or Rhode Island? Bro, come on.
New Jersey.
Yeah, like what?
Easy.
What is Rhode Island?
Dude,
It's not even an island, dude.
just like Patterson would
It's
take
not
out
even
Rhode
a
Island.
fucking island.
West Virginia, Philly.
I'm glad I won.
New Jersey would win because we don't give a
What?
Dude, I recorded this at like 2 a.m., bro, after work. And I saw he puts up like a link to like send a video for like whatever this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to do it. One take.
Yeah. That was the one.
I didn't know what to say, dude.
You just said,
I put on my hood and I fucking went like that, dude. I was so disrespectful. It was like,
I don't give
it was
a-
the least work I put into anything, dude.
And look where you're at.
Just look at me. Look at that face. I'm an idiot.
Wow, huh? Very adamant that young
I get
man.
Very adamant.
roasted, bro.
I'm not a fan of people that try and dye their hair blonde and it just gets yellow.
That doesn't look natural blonde to you?
Yeah. No.
Dude, it's the light.
He
I'm
does
telling
give a
you,
fuck,
bro.
is
It
the
looks
thing, if he's
fine.
dyeing
Look at
his
me.
hair.
Yeah,
It looks
see right
fine.
there? Like what happened is there's two things that happened.
He's so right,
One,
though.
He ran out of money to
He's
keep
so right,
stripping
though,
the color
dude.
out because it costs a lot of money to get it down.
My
to
mom
platinum
does my hair, right?
blonde.
It's
Yeah,
free.
It's like, fuck it, man. I'm about 50
And she's good at it,
bucks
I'm
in,
telling you.
I'm good. Or two, his scalp started
That's
burning.
what it was,
He's
bro.
like,
It
"Scalp
was
started
burning,
which
dude.
makes him.
He got me so
and
hard.
there's no way you can win. There's no way you can win.
What if he just wanted to keep up with his buddies and everybody in the neighborhood dyed their hair? I mean, it is fucking
You just wanted to
weird.
hang with your homies. With
No,
blonde hair?
dude. That's
People
not
that still
me.
do wrestling in their
I'm being
backyard.
different.
I have a friend. He won $10,000 on The Price Is Right. He bought a wrestling ring for his backyard. Bro,
He's making fun of Jersey backyard wrestlers right now.
bro, and then he told everybody in the
wrestling my
neighborhood. Bro, I'm not joking. He told everybody in the neighborhood he got AC/DC to come perform there at a party, and then he didn't, and everybody came for the party, and the band didn't come. He told everybody they fucking flaked.
Dude, they ripped you.
They really did, dude.
Pretty suave.
They
But he
brought me
still got
back, though.
laid,
That's
though.
like an honor.
And he still scored a couple.
I'm
of goals
honored,
too.
bro.
You got
I
really-
love it. Thank
How
you
long
so
have
much.
you been holding on to
Yo,
this
shout out.
story?
Oh,
This
this
is the greatest story ever. This should be.
He's like so
some
sensitive
kind of
about
TV
like
show
like
or
the story he
this
told. He's
kid
like
won
he's
$10,000.
very sensitive about like talking about like he doesn't think it's funny.
Oh yeah.
And every time he tells it, everyone's like, "What the fuck? Why are you keeping that in?"
Dude, that's so funny.
There's another part where
They go back at you.
dude, so they got a guy from Rhode Island to get a video too.
Oh, okay.
And dude, he gave like point after point after
Oh,
point
you're
after
just like,
point.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. But it's pretty. I gotta find it real quick. If anything, we can cut. Like, look at him.
Honest. Rhode Island, man, we're small, but you know we still got those connections. Like we got the real Italians in
I
the
don't know
state,
about that, bro.
if you know what I mean. And I think you know what I mean. Down there, they got the Jersey Shore. They got the fucking gym tan laundry.
Hey,
they
easy.
tan
Don't
too
talk
much,
about
they
my
got
gym
that
tan
skin
laundry, bro.
cancer, Unfortunately, they got those stick legs.
Whoa.
We take them out by the fucking knees like
Have you
it's no problem.
Yo.
And
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not to
You
invade
ain't
our
taking
state.
Mikey's legs
I
out.
know it's small. You can't invade our state. The roads are too fucking
Who would
shitty.
fucking?
You can't even drive on our roads.
Dude,
in a
So what are you
fight.
gonna do? We can sit in our
First
state
of
all
all-
Who
day.
is this fucking
First
kid?
of all, his hair's slicked back way too hard.
Yep.
He's got that 90s silver link chain on.
You got that. I'm about to get a unibrow. You got that. I'm
I'm
about
gonna
to
be
fucking.
disrespectful, bro.
Case for Rhode
But if you come on my boy Mikey
Island
like
or not?
that,
Gianni's from there. Let's go to
I
Gianni.
gotta have his back.
No, it's not a real island.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. I gotta find this. I gotta find this.
He did a great job.
He did a great job. He well thought out to go for the knees, to go for the legs, but he still didn't scare me.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like
See?
the guy with the bleached hair, he scared me.
Who, Bleachy?
Yeah, Bleachy.
Fucking Pony Boy Curtis.
Pony Boy.
What do we got there, Nick? Anything?
Not for the
Ponyboy Curtis.
You're Ponyboy Curtis from now on, dude.
Well, the poll is not gonna be fair because there's more people in one state.
That's
than the
But
other.
dude,
Fantastic.
shit's insane. I saw that, bro. I jumped. I was working, bro. I was like, no shit.
Because they didn't say that you were gonna be on this.
No, dude. I heard my voice.
That's
I heard a big pause, and I just
crazy.
heard I was like, what,
That's wild.
dude?
That's so funny.
Yeah, but I loved it, bro. It was awesome.
That's so.
I gotta
funny.
cut that all together, but
Yeah.
dude, thank you, Theo. I love you.
You made.
I
his
love you
fucking
so much, bro.
Week, dude.
It was awesome.
That's
bro.
incredible.
Yeah, dude.
That's incredible.
That was the first time that ever like happened to me.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
What do you call you? Golden Pony?
Call me Curtis Pony Boy, and they call me like the Golden Pony, bro.
Golden Pony, dude.
I'll take it, bro. I'm the Golden Pony now.
Mike, the Golden Pony Nowicki. From here on out.
For now on, just call me Golden
That's
Pony.
pretty incredible, man.
We're gonna think of a nickname for you,
For me?
like the.
Careful. Don't do something that you're gonna regret right now.
Deflated tire. That's what I thought of. No, you're something better than that.
April Fools.
You're like 18 wheeler
What?
truck tire.
What?
I feel that.
Why am I a tire?
I don't know, dude.
Why would you pick a
Dude,
tire of all
think a
things?
rubber tire, bro.
I'm thinking like
that's strong, durable.
like Achilles, you know?
Orangutan.
What?
Shit.
Dude, I don't know what you're
Achilles?
saying.
What
Yeah,
the
man,
fuck?
some dope shit. Like a fucking
You're
warrior,
the Achilles heel.
bro.
You're. That was pretty bad.
Bro.
Yo, we'll think of it. We'll have like people say something.
Okay. What time are we at right now? Okay,
Probably like
let's say-
50 minutes. 50 minutes.
We're at 50 minutes right now? All right, we can talk some
What
more.
else do you want to talk about, bro?
Listen, man, we can talk about anything that you want. What
I
did
feel
you
like it's been a chill time.
It has been a chill
Yeah.
time. But do you feel like self-conscious about like what we talked about?
Honestly, after talking about things, I honestly like feel 10 times better.
Me too.
Just that
I
it's like
like
out there,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't feel as like scared.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, I bet that's like, whatever, this goes for everyone else, but like, I bet some of like the deepest things that we're ashamed about, probably not, but I bet like a lot of like things
What
that
is
we're shameful
What
of,
is that?
a lot of things we're shameful of. I feel like if we actually tell them to someone
Yeah.
about like whatever, being afraid or being something like that, it's
Yeah.
like, it's not actually that different than what other people feel.
Totally. And I
You know what I mean?
I think when you keep it to yourself, you like catastrophize.
Yeah,
it.
dude, and you intensify
Totally.
how much it affects you, dude.
Totally. As soon as you get it out with somebody, like you
Yeah.
start sharing it.
Yeah, man.
It's like, oh, I built that up like crazy in my mind. It has nothing to do with the moment that's happening right
Yep.
now. So I do have a lot actually. Man, I'm fucking listen to me. I'm finding that fucking quote. And if I don't find it,
You didn't find it yet, bro? I gave
I'm
you 5
walking
hours.
out of
man.
here. I'm
You
walking
can't
out
walk
of here.
dude.
I'm walking out of here. You're gonna speak
We'll
like
give
Theo
a
Vaughn.
quick. What are you reading?
Oh, I could.
I'm reading right here. I've been super into it. If Beale Street could talk. Honestly, dude, I am so bad at reading. I've talked about it before. But dude,
We're gonna-
this thing.
Let's do this. Can we do this real quick?
Yeah.
Let's stop saying that about each other, about ourselves. Let's stop saying we're bad readers.
Okay.
Let's like do an exercise for the rest of 2019.
You're
where
right, dude.
we stop calling ourselves bad. Because I say it still, but we're not. We're just reading at a different pace than everybody else,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
But dude, this book, first time I picked it up,
Yeah.
I read 20 pages.
Yep.
I didn't read 20 pages of any other book I picked up.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what
If
happened.
Beale Street could talk, shout
yeah, dude.
out.
James Baldwin, bro.
I'm reading right now. I'm messing with Betting on the Muse. So I've read it before. It's Charles Bukowski. He's a poet. Bukowski.
I heard
That's
a
not
lot.
his name.
Sounds a little Polish. I don't know.
I'll read you a poem if you want.
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
I don't think I've ever read this one to you before.
You haven't.
If I could.
You want to end it with a poem? Make this a little short. You know, I
Alright.
feel like we've been getting kind of long, and maybe your other one, right?
I'll read this one too. Okay, that's what
we'll do both,
That's what we'll do.
and then we're done. Cause like, dude, the amount of times we go over,
I know,
I feel like
stupid.
people don't appreciate. it.
Okay. So we'll end it here. And again, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, for
whoever's
sure.
listening
If you
right
guys
now.
are still listening or whoever.
Oh, before I read this, what you were on before, I don't think we had the chance to really say. If someone is out there, if you're out there listening right now, I know I am putting myself out there for you. If you want to send me anything that you're going through, you need just somebody to talk to. I don't think that happens enough in this world with each other. I want to be my brother's keeper and my sister's keeper. And if you feel that way, you can find me on whatever social media platforms. You can just send me a message, and I promise you I will answer the message, and I will hear you out, and I'll talk to you about it. Yep. That's it.
I know you're good at that too, dude.
Yeah, man.
And same goes for me, dude. I only want to spread that positivity. I want to spread love to everyone.
Straight up.
You know, that's all I really, really want to give to the world, man.
Yes, dude. All right.
So what you got?
I'm going to read this to you. It's called The Laughing Heart. Oh, man, this is so good. Okay. It starts like this. Your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. Be on the watch. There are ways out. There is light somewhere. Oh, man. I'm getting emotional, bro.
Come on.
Whoa. This is crazy. I can't believe this. There are ways out. There is light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Be on the watch. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. Take them. You can't beat death. Wow. But you can beat death in life. Sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you. I'm not saying this quote. I'm ending it on that.
Dude, that's literally everything we talked about.
I can't believe I just opened. I was going to read a different one, and then this one I literally.
Really? Dude, that's literally exactly everything we talked about. And that's so. It's crazy what poetry does, dude. Is it puts everything we talked about into one little thing.
I journaled about that. I think that's why I'm so attracted to poetry, is because
dude.
you can I can get into those things that I'm scared of and I love
dude.
and stuff, and you can get into it in a page or a half a page or
that's
a phrase.
Insane, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful though.
Yeah, man.
I gotta borrow that after you, dude.
Yeah, totally. I'll let you take it now.
No, dude. I already have a book. That I already have a book, bro.
Sorry, brother.
Leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
Later, dude. I have to.
Okay,
You got so defensive.
You're like if you have more than one book in your
I have like 50,000.
No, but like if it's too close to you, you get like scared. You're like, it'll be too close, and I'll start reading the other one, and I can't finish.
That's how it is.
No, you got
should
it.
see my back seat, dude.
Do mine too.
It's like 5 books.
It's like a library.
Yeah. That was beautiful though.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here for me
And you too, man.
yeah, and listening to me talk.
I'm
about
glad
my
we
fears.
can. We
Give me advice. I
give me
appreciate it.
advice, dude. I feel like I love giving an exchange like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like that's one of the most important things to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
With anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna stop it there, dude.
All right.
We just hit an hour.
This is episode 10.
That was like a roller coaster, bro.
Yeah, it was.
It felt beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like I stepped over something.
I think so. I think we both walked through a doorway today.
Yeah.
We grew a little bit.
Yeah.
Brave. The
All right,
balaclava. Keep playing that.
That's the
What is it called?
The baklava, bro. What the hell?
Was that a dessert?
It's we're playing the I forgot the name. The kalimba.
This is
The
You Are Here
podcast.
Episode 10.
10, dude. 10 episodes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too,
We did
bro.
it. We did it, bro.
That's insane, bro.
We're here now.
10. Each episode's more than like 2 hours,
Mhm.
an hour
Usually.
or something.
Yeah.
Bro, we talked for like a day
That's
straight
crazy.
through all these. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, wild. We got more to do. Hopefully it doesn't
no,
stop
it's not
here.
a day. What are we talking about?
Well, I mean, yeah, your math is a little off.
My math is a little bit.
You're bad at math. I'm bad at math too.
We talked through like a whole night basically.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, guys, things got to end.
They got to, unfortunately.
Did you shed a tear?
Unfortunately. I think I did. I tried to hold them back as much as I could, but
Got the new record.
I'm not
Well,
ashamed of it though. Hey, listen,
for
I'm
sure,
not
dude.
ashamed.
That's one thing. I'll never
I'm
cry in
not
front of
ashamed.
someone, dude.
Yes, you will.
One day I will probably.
I'll get you.
Oh, dude, imagine. All right, let's stop.
We're gonna do
Guys,
another 2 hour deal.
thank you so much. This is
Yeah.
episode 10 of the You Are
Yeah.
Here podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube for the video.
Can't see it.
You can go on Podbean. You can go on now Castbox. I don't even know. You can go anywhere. Just search it up and you guys will find it. We have a website, www.youareherepodcast.co.
We couldn't afford the M. Hey, thanks, bro.
Hey, there we go. Then we're getting that chemistry, bro.
That little chemistry.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to see you next time. Thank you so much. Remember, if you want to talk about something, you're feeling down, you're strong, you're not weak, you're beautiful.
Yes. Marvelous.
You're marvelous. And we're here for you.
Yep.
And I'm sure there are other people that are there for you too.
Oh, yes.
So if you need something, let us know.
Yep.
Right now, I'm Mike. I'm signing out.
And I'm Dave, and I love y'all.
I love y'all. Peace.